Well, good morning everybody and welcome to yet another Sunday morning show all the way from Mallorca. Over here for the Challenge Tour finals this week, but we're staying actually at the Pula resort. I've been here once before, came here last year for the Challenge Tour finals, and over here with RORY Anderson, but I'm also over here with Alex Etches. There he is. We'll see if we can get a little wave out of him. Just a moment. There he is, look. There he is. Happy as Larry. Now it's warming up because we're out on the golf course today doing a break par series. Not sure this is the wisest move because they're saying it's going to have to get up to about 40, maybe even 50 mile an hour winds by midday. Whoa! And I've actually only brought half a set of golf clubs because I'm doing some extra videos whilst I'm out here. So I've actually brought out a hybrid versus long iron, just to give you a bit of an insight into what the differences are maybe between the two clubs and which one's kind of going to suit which type of golfer. So that'll be quite a good video, I think. And also the new Odyssey AI artificial intelligence putters. I've brought the AI 1 and I've got the milled version. So there's two versions that they've released, and I thought we could do a quick review on those as well whilst we're here. Might even get Alex involved in that one as well because he's very good at his reviews.
So bad. I hit the ground again before the ball.
Did you?
Yeah.
Just thought I'd show you also the room that I'm in. Beautiful room. In you come. There's the room. Beautiful bathroom. There's me, hello. Then as you wait your way through, you've got the bed, couch, bit of a mess, clubs, fridge, a little bit of wine, and then you make your way out onto the balcony. And actually what is quite cool is this little church, tiny little church, and I think they do, well they must do weddings here at Pula Resort, but it is absolutely tiny, just outside my bedroom. Look at the shirt.
He's back.
It's like it's come out again to play, isn't it?
It's my annual Pula November reunion shirt.
It's a lovely shirt.
I know, and that's why I bought it.
Another year goes by, Rory.
Yeah, Challenge Tour tomorrow. Final day.
Yep.
We're going to obviously replicate the kind of standard of golf that they're playing down the road at Alcanada here at Pula today. He's going to be losing to me gross if that's waterbound.
You've talked yourself into that. It's not in the water.
Didn't I?
It's not in the water, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm slightly concerned because Pula, even though we filmed it last year.
Pula.
Pula.
Someone had some wine last night.
That's at all. I actually think Alcanada's a tougher golf course overall, but Pula is particularly tight off the tee, isn't it?
Can be, yeah. Definitely.
Off the back tees, especially
like
where we're going to
first
go.
tee shot as well, when the trees kind of crowd you a little bit.
Yeah, it pushes you more towards the right hand side, whereas there's bunkers and
there's driving range out of bounds on the right. It's a bit of a squeaky bum time. That was a good hit, but it's gone.
Is it gone?
Yeah.
How did that get here?
How have you got that there already?
I know, it just appeared.
Has your voice completely gone?
Yeah.
This is quite a nice little pad you've got here. This is number 12 you are, Al.
Yeah.
Nice shower, bathroom, and the maid's bin. Now, was that not the toughest game of golf we have played in some time?
It's so bad.
Poor bloke.
It's so bad. I just chunked it.
Was that heavy?
I just chunked it.
Is that heavy?
Yeah.
You replace your divot.
Turn the camera off. Turn it off.
It was just like I say, long day.
Long day.
Constant, and that's my Instagram story of me. I'm trying to hold my phone, and all you hear is.
Is this not the best job in the world?
Like I say, I feel like sometimes we do whinge, but it is the best job in the world. It is. Yeah, I say it's like today we're just driving around with your mates, really,
Yeah.
playing golf, and people happen to watch it. Sometimes I don't know why.
But Challenge Tour finals tomorrow. Last day, we're heading over to Alcanada.
We are.
You're in for a treat.
Actually, I've not been.
No, but it is an absolute. Is
it?
Oh, it's a gem. It's a gem. We have arrived. Alcanada. Now this place is absolutely fantastic. I don't know if any of you have seen last year's videos that I did from Alcanada, but this golf course is literally in my top, probably my top 5 golf courses, but the scenery is just absolutely stunning. We're up here in the Lighthouse Lounge, which is kind of like the hospitality area. This is where we're going to be sort of stationed. Al and I are calling it our media centre for the day, which does include drink and food, so we're going to be well and truly entertained. But the last group have just teed off, and you got to remember there's top 20 players that get their tour cards from this Challenge Tour finals. Top 45, I think, in the order of merit actually get to come and play in the race to Mallorca here at Alcanada. So it's going to be quite intense. Now the wind conditions are actually quite down at the moment, but the last few days it's been brutally tough. We've been playing over at Pula, as you've seen from our footage, and it's just as windy here than it was there. Now they've done some really interesting things with the greens, and I'll talk about that as we get around the golf course, but let's just share with you some of the B-roll that I've got out on the golf course here. So I mentioned earlier that the wind was obviously extreme conditions here when we were over at Pula, and in the first sort of couple of rounds here at the Challenge Tour finals, the wind was up. And I had a good chat with Christoph, who is the sort of general manager here at Alcanada, and we started talking about the layout of the golf course. We also talked about the greens. Now, when I played here last year following the event, the greens were super fast, like probably running at about 11 on the stimp meter, and they are pretty, pretty undulating. Well, Christoph was telling me that what they've done in order to control the ball speeds on the greens to make the golf course playable, because ultimately if the greens are rolling at 11 on the stimp meter, they're going to be unplayable for lots of players because the ball just roll off the green. Well, they actually stopped cutting the greens, and they actually brushed the grass, kind of brushed it up to get the grass to stand up, to slow them down, to allow them to continue play in those really high wind conditions. By having this green sort of brushed up, they were running at about 8.5 on the stimp meter, which is really slow. And the problem when you have sort of grainy greens and then you make them kind of stand up a little bit, they become a little bit untrue. They were actually using, and some of those greenkeepers out there will know this, but they were actually using brushes to brush the grass up, like proper normal brushes. And I've shared with you on this channel that the greenkeepers will use proper irons to actually iron out the greens. Well, they were using rollers, like squeegee rollers, to then try and get the greens as true as they possibly could. So it's just fascinating how they set the golf course up for the conditions that they've got to face with. They've got to finish this event at the end of the day. There's TV involved. It's got to really finish on the Sunday. So by able to maneuver the golf course into a position that's playable, massively important. Probably a few moans from the players, I would think, because the greens, like I said before, are just not rolling as true as what they probably would have. But ultimately the event's got to be played, got to be finished.
Are you on that YouTube?
Are you that guy from YouTube? You're
That David?
coach something.
David Henderson.
Mick Reels or something.
Hello?
That, if you want to know what the challenge of the course is this week, these are the firmest greens like I've ever felt. When I stood on it, I was like, what? If they don't water them tonight for us, I ain't hitting a green in regulation tomorrow. Which probably has
I'm
nothing
going to find
do
a
with
ball.
Lost everything. Something's just dropped out there. I don't know what.
He dropped it back there as
Well,
well.
he's on a par 3. He's not going to find a ball up there, is he? Sorry about how he just goes off on these little tangents.
It's fine.
You found his phone.
I've got his Revolut card as well, so we
well
can go and
done.
do a bit of shopping.
The interesting thing about these greens, and I was just explaining about the way they've set them up because of the wind here.
Yeah.
But the thing with it is that for players of our length, our flight coming in is going to be a lot flatter.
Yep.
Whereas these guys, I mean, even just those tee shots we've seen them come into this par 3, they're like up here.
Peak height is much higher, isn't it?
So much higher. Like that gives me the shivers. I mean, I'm not very good at heights anyway, but just getting the ball up that high to drop it and stop it. I get the control, but it's just.
This could
It's
be
impressive.
quite scary tomorrow for us, or particularly me anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
I can see a few 3-putts coming.
It was scary last year, if I remember rightly. Really scary. But yeah, it's impressive the way they set these golf courses up.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because the rough for these guys is pretty much non-existent to a certain extent, and there's not a single water hazard on this golf course.
No, other than the big one down the bottom.
The main challenge obviously is the wind this week, but on and around these things is where these guys are, you know, last year the winning score was 9 under, so
Yeah.
fairly modest for a level of this, event of this level, and then
Yeah.
this week obviously because of the wind it's even more stingy. So yeah, I wouldn't expect I'm going to finish too many holes tomorrow at any point. I'm sorry, mate.
I'm setting the stage now. You're coming into the final round. You're leading. You've strolled onto the first tee. There is cameras wrapped around here.
Yeah, I can feel the pressure.
How are you actually going to be feeling at this moment, do you think?
Well, the crazy thing was, this is a par 5, right?
Yeah.
The guys were hitting irons off this tee, which we couldn't. I mean, it's into the teeth here. Like the last club I'd want to hit right now is an iron. So whether the wind's changed or not, but it's that pressure. And obviously, I'm not in that situation. But it's when you're in that position, maybe you're in in contention. I'm sure this all looks a little bit narrower.
So, I want to tell you a little bit about the actual Challenge Tour finals here. I've just caught up with actually somebody I knew from who used to work for the PGA as a tournament kind of director at the PGA, and he actually works for the DP World Tour, and he's here officiating. He's a rules official. So 45 players qualified to play in this event at the end of the year, so the race to this event. Well, actually the 46th player on the Order of Merit got in this year because Alex Fitzpatrick, Matt Fitzpatrick's brother, has already got his tour card for the year. Now he was running at about, I think, even though he's not playing in this event, he would finish about 11th on the Order of Merit, so he would have guaranteed getting his tour card for next year anyway. So he withdrew, therefore it gave a spot to the 46th player, so I'm sure that person is very happy that Alex Fitzpatrick got his tour card and pulled out. And then it would be normally the top 20 that finish this event. If you finish in the Order of Merit top 20, you get your tour card for the DP World Tour. Well, again, because Alex Fitzpatrick was finishing 11th, even though he wasn't going to play, that meant that there was actually 21 spots, so it's the top 21 that actually get their tour card. So this is the importance of this event is huge. I thought it was actually double points for this event, but actually it's not. I think it's just heavily weighted, which gives those players who are sort of 45th or 46th on the Order of Merit a chance to actually, if they win it, they can finish in that top 20 spot. So much riding on this event. Made my way to the 15th hole, and what they've actually done is they've brought the tee up to 290 yards for the week. And the Green Drive initiative is all about sustainability. So DP World Tour by 2030 want to get themselves into a position where they're kind of carbon neutral. That's their goal anyway. Throughout the year on the DP World Tour and the Challenge Tour, the venues that they go to, they promise to plant 2,000 trees in the local area. But what they do is they set up a hole where if a player drives this green, which like I said is 290, then they'll plant an extra 100 trees in the local area. So that's just an initiative for their sustainability to try and help with their carbon footprint moving forward.
Congratulations to the winner, Marco.
Well, there it is, the grand final. Marco Penn's the winner. I've just actually caught up with his parents up on the 18th green there. So cool to kind of listen to what they were saying about 20 years in the whole build-up for him to get now his DP World Tour card. How was that?
Tough. The putt on 18 was, well, we just got through, didn't we? I'd like to thank my family, my friends, my sponsors, especially Burger King, and I can't wait to play the DP World Tour. It's emotional.